What's up, YouTube fans? Today we're going to take a look at the X-Transbots Andras, their version of Scourge. Now, I don't have a box for this guy, so normally we would take a look at the box, but today we are not going to do that because we don't have it. This was sent to me by Sean Love, so Sean Diesel he goes by. He customized this figure, so I think the only thing he's customized here is the eyes. Other than that, this is just what it is out of the box. Now, there are some issues with this figure, so I'm going to go over those in this review, but I have to say it has nothing to do with Sean or his, the way he treated this figure. That's just the way this figure is. This is in the early days of X-Transbots when they didn't have the quality they have now. So as far as looks, this really does look, let's take a 360 of this guy. He really does look like the cartoon counterpart. It's got the nice wings here on the back. There's a little bit of kibble on the back, but it's okay. It doesn't really get in the way. I think I might even have this mistransformed, but it's whatever. The other way is not any better. The feet are kind of a pain. We'll talk about that. But overall, the paint and the look of this guy is pretty good. I think that's why people have this in their collection. But in terms of quality transformation, there are definitely some things to be desired. So we'll go over everything here. He does come with a gun. Here's his gun. It is painted. It's painted red here. Got a little bit of silver right there. That's really it. It does fit in his hand. He also has, his hands are painted pink on the fingernails, which is, I think, cartoon accurate. And that looks good. I don't really like the old school X-Transbots fiddly hands, but it's fine. In this case, you can make it work. It just, the fingers kind of pop off. It's a little bit irritating, but you can get him into a pose with the gun. It's just a little bit irritating, but you can do it. There you go. So he looks good with that gun here. He also comes with his Target Master. Let's talk about this thing. So here he is in robot mode. Let's get in a little bit closer so we can see the details. He's got a painted, I guess, goggles or face mask. Nothing else is really painted on this guy. That's really it. And this is kind of the early days of these Target Masters. So we'll get him into his gun mode, but honestly, he's not great. He's not a great Target Master. And again, it was one of the earliest ones we got. It was way back when one of the first Target Masters we were getting. So I'll excuse it a little bit. So let's get this guy transformed into the gun mode just so we can take a look. It's a pretty simple transformation. So you want to kind of fold this up here. You pull this out here. Extend the gun barrel, fold this up. The legs are going to fold around. Let's put him back here. Legs are going to fold around. Make sure you fold up these feet. And it's not a great gun, so don't have high expectations, but you want to peg the legs together. There's a little peg right there. Okay, push these in. Peg these arms in, and that is the really terrible looking gun. It doesn't look great, and it's just I don't know. Again, this was one of the first Target Masters that came out. So, well, unfortunately, it does not fit in his hand. The peg is bigger than the slot on his hand. It may be a manufacturing error. I've tried it on both. It really doesn't fit. So, I don't know. It's just kind of a mistake. I mean, it's an ugly gun anyway, so you're not really going to use this, honestly. Right, so it's okay. It's better in the robot mode, but let's get this guy out of here. It really is not very useful. You're better off with this gun that fits nicely and looks good. So in robot mode, let's take a look. You do have quite a bit of articulation here, and I think that was the strong point of this guy. So let's take a look. So The head is on a rotating swivel. Now you do get up to there, but that's because of this joint there, so you don't really want to do that. But he does look up and down a little bit. It's just a little bit hindered by this beard here. Let's take a close-up of his face sculpt. I am finding that he's kind of leaning back, and it's because of the wings, but let's take a look at the head sculpt. So here's his head sculpt, and it looks pretty good, honestly. Now, I'm missing a bunch of stuff, I'm pretty sure. I don't have the alternate, like, beard or anything, alternate face. This is all I've got. So, I know he came with some other stuff, but that's really all I have. So if he did, I'm sorry, this is what I got. I also don't have instructions, so I've kind of winged it for the transformation. We'll take a look at that in a minute. But I do like the head sculpt. Sean Love did paint the eyes for me, and that looks good. But that's really it. You can actually turn on this light here, and that gives you that. And in vehicle mode, we'll take a look at some other lights, but that's nice that they give you that little effect there. Other than that, there's a couple of little features. You can fold the wings up and down and backwards a little bit. A little bit of movement there, so that's nice. In the rest of his body, you've got the arms that are on a ratchet. They go up to there, they rotate all the way around, other than they're hindered by this. But you have the double jointed elbows, old school. You've got these old school X-Transbots hands, which while they are very poseable, they're really annoying to deal with because they just get in the way. I've actually lost a finger and spent half an hour looking for one of these fingers because they pop off really easy, just like that. Right? And then, you know, you're trying to find it. I hate fingers like that. I definitely prefer the way Fans Toys does business. They're pinned. Pinned is the way to go. Friction is not the way to go. But I do like the coloring. I think they did a good job with the coloring. It's just the actual quality of it's not great. You have a ratcheted hip swivel. You don't have ab crunch there. The legs, and see, and I'll talk about this in a minute. This is one of the pieces on the back. You do have thighs moving up to there. It kind of is hindered by all this junk back here, so it only goes up to there. It goes out to the side on a soft ratchet. Up to, actually, there's a hip skirt here. You can move that hip skirt up. You get all the way up to there, which is plenty. And that is a pretty good ratchet. You have a ratcheted knee, and it is actually double jointed, but you can't really use it, so you get about 90, which is fine. I don't mind. That's okay. You do get the ankle tilt all the way out to there, and you get the toe tilt, and then you have this really horrible heel spur, which does move, but it's just really irritating to deal with. We'll show you that during the transformation. It's actually one of the most annoying pieces of this entire figure is that heel. Trying to get those feet transformed is a pain, but plenty of articulation on this guy. He's definitely looks really good and articulates the way I'd expect. You do have to mess with him a little bit to get him posed, but in the end, he looks really good. On the back here, you've got these two little, I don't know what they are, boosters or whatever, and I'm actually missing one of these, so I might as well just take this off. But these just kind of sit in here, and they fall off really easily. That's just the way they come, and I think that's been a problem ever since they made this figure, but I'll probably just leave it off. But I'm actually missing one of them, so in order to have symmetry, I'll probably just not have any of them. But there you go. There's the figure in robot mode. I think it's a good-looking figure. It has a good sculpt, a good paint on it. But in terms of some of the quality, it's not standing up to the modern masterpieces now. That might be because this was made quite a bit of time ago. This is not, a new figure. I'm reviewing this because I just hadn't have a chance. Now, one of the reasons people have this in their collection is because this is the only version of Scourge we've ever gotten. We haven't gotten another one. So until they make another one, I hope Fans Toys makes theirs eventually. But at this point, we haven't gotten one, so this is all you got. So that's really it for robot mode. We're going to get this guy transformed into vehicle mode and take a look at how that looks. All right, let's get this guy transformed into vehicle mode. Now, I don't have any instructions, so I'm doing this kind of from memory and also just from intuition. So excuse me if I don't do it right, but I'm going to do it the way I seem to know. All right, so first thing is you want to get the hands put away. They're really just irritating, but because of the fingers. But fold it flat like that, and then fold it in, and that'll close right up there. And that is a typical Masterpiece hand transformation. So same on this side. Fold it up, fold it in, and if you don't have it right, the fingers will pop right off. So make sure you have that right. Fold these for now upwards like this, and we'll take care of this in a minute. You can work on the head now, so let's take care of all this stuff. So open that up here, open that up, and just kind of get this out of the way. You can just fold it down like that for now, just out of the way. Alright, so now we're going to work on the head. So first thing is pick this up and rotate the whole thing around. Pick the head up, actually, that gives you a little bit of room to work. And you can fold this into a box. So you want to fold these down, and then these will peg right into the bottom. It's going to come apart as you're transforming, so you might have to do this again, but get this into its little parallelogram or whatever it is, this little shape there, okay? And leave that for now. This is going to end up folding back here onto the back, but leave it there for now. You can see how the top of the head fits right into this little tab here. So you're going to put that there like that, and just leave that upwards for now. We'll get it all situated later. All right, now that you have that out of the way, you can take care of these arms. So put those in and fold it in like that, and you can see there's a little tab right there that's going to tab into the other side. Fold it in, fold it over, and then tab these arms together right there, and it actually tabs on the top and the bottom, both spots. Okay, so now you get that together. You can push this down, and you've got that back part all done. Okay, so I've been avoiding the legs because the legs are an absolute nightmare. So let's take a look at the legs. Actually, yeah, let's take a look at the legs. So in order to do the legs, you kind of have to fold all of this up. And honestly, there's no really good method for this. I haven't really found the best way to do it. You kind of want to compact it as much as you can, but it just doesn't seem to fit properly, honestly. So what you want to do, this has to pass through and come through the other side. And it is very irritating to work on this. But you really do want to get it to come across. So open up this flap here. I'm already having trouble. So let's get this a little bit more compact. So first thing you want to do is fold this foot downwards, and fold this inwards, and fold that down. And hopefully you can push that through the hole here. And it is a little bit of a tight fit. You might have trouble passing it through. If you do, just make an adjustment to the way you have it folded up. But ideally, you can push that all the way through. Push this wheel out just so you don't damage it. In order to get this transformed properly, you have to pull out this little panel here, and it's a little bit tricky. It's kind of wedged in there, but that fills that out. Then you want to fold this all the way down, basically as far as you can get it to fold flat if you can, and push this in And that's kind of about the best you can get. It's really not very intuitive at all. I mean, you kind of want to get to flat, right? That's what you want. Nice flat transformation. And it doesn't feel good, honestly. The plastic here feels like it's going to break. It feels like it's not going to last. And that's a bummer, because if I do break this, you know, I'm not planning to buy another one of these. So. All right, and once you have those flat, you can kind of put these together, and that's going to make the back of them. So if you've got it right, you should have something like that. Okay. And now we can start fitting them together. So straighten out this back piece here. Make sure you've got his head situated there. Okay. You can bring these down. These wings are also very finicky, so you want to make sure you have those opened. And this should fit right into here. Okay. These are going to come around and tab in right here. See on this side, come around, tab in there. Okay, so you have that. Pull these out and fold them down for now. Make sure you fold these pieces out to fit into right here. That is the back part there. Same on this side. Make sure you fold these out to fit in right here. And now you can fit these together and use the little tabs to put it together. Okay. Same on the other side. Fold this in. And it is kind of a puzzle, honestly. It's just a little, I don't know. It doesn't feel great going together, but it does come together. It does transform. It doesn't look like it's fun, and it's not fun, but it does come together. So push this all together. Push these tabs in. This should be in there. And then you want to push these upwards so they're sitting straight. And here you have Scourge, all transformed into vehicle mode. And honestly, this is a lot of panel forming to get it here. It looks fine. I mean, it's got a lot of paint, and especially in this mode, I mean, the whole thing is painted all the way around. But there's a lot of little problems. So a lot of paint along these edges here kind of gets scraped. You can see that. And again, this was not shipped to me by Sean scraped. It scraped because I transformed it. And a good transformer would not do that, right? A good design transformer would be able to be transformed without scraping. A lot of people will say, you know, Fans Toys, you know, their figures do scrape when transforming, but this is excessive. Now you can fit the gun right here in robot mode. It just kind of makes the panels come apart, but you can put it right there. It does fit in, and that looks fine. You can also turn on all these lights here. So 1, 2, 3, and you get that effect, which is pretty cool. And you got the little red paint there, so that's well thought out. I think you can also put this here, but it looks really stupid, like really stupid. So I don't know. I think I prefer this to be here, and I'll just put this on the side somewhere as a robot. But I do like the light effects. I think that's a good touch. It's a nice touch. And it looks good. Now I am missing the pieces here. You can put one in here if you want to. But I'm missing one of them, so for the sake of consistency, I'll just take that one off. They fall off very easily, so let's turn off these lights. All right, the last feature is the stand here. So you get this translucent stand. This is the same stand you got with the X-Transbots version of Cyclonus. There is a retractable little piece of plastic here, and you kind of push that in right there. And actually it was hard to find, so I'm glad I spotted it. But push that in there, and then you've got him on this display stand, and it actually looks pretty good. You know, it's a nice little addition. I'm not going to have him on here. He's going to be in robot mode. Honestly, he's never going to be displayed this way. But it's nice that they included this. It's nice that they give you this option. So here he is next to a Masterpiece Jet. This is the Make Toys version of Skywarp. And you can see he's pretty similar in size. Maybe a little bit shorter in length. Width-wise, very similar in terms of at least the fuselage. The wing's a little bit wider, but it's, I mean, what's the scale on this, right? This is a Cybertronian space jet. It really has no context whatsoever. It does have wheels here that fold in and out. I forgot to talk about those. They do fold in, so you can get the nice flat look. Honestly, it needs the wheels because otherwise it doesn't stand properly. So the wheels do roll, and that looks good. So I think it's reasonable in terms of the actual look of the robot mode. So final thoughts wise, I think this is a good stand-in for Scourge. I don't think it's the best that we're going to get. I hope that another company comes out and tries to release another version of this Scourge. This one's pretty good, but there are some flaws, especially with the panel forming and just some of the fitment and the finish, you know, especially these pieces falling off and some of the paint rub here and there. Overall, though, I think this is I recommend it. I think this is a good version of Scourge. It fits in with the Masterpiece collection. It looks good with the other Masterpiece Season 2 figures, especially the Galvatron, whether you have Fans Toys or DX9, and the Cyclonus, whether you have X-Transbots or Fans Toys. It looks good with all of those. It's a little bit shorter next to the DX9 Galvatron, but in general, it looks good with the pair. So thanks for watching, guys. I will be reviewing more figures soon. I'm hoping to get the Fans Toys Jabber whenever that comes out. If that